What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode in another year of Mexico City Golden Eagle franchise. Last episode we did year number 2, and let's just say the boys played pretty well. We won the Super Bowl. I can't believe it. You can't believe it, but we did it. In just our second year of existence as a franchise, we already have hardware that we can physically touch, physically lick, and physically stick in places that you might not want to talk about with your significant other. So now that we have a Super Bowl, we got to figure out how to build upon that. We can't just be a one and done fraudulent organization. We can't just go there, win one, and then never get back again. We got to be back to 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 back champions in this league. And the only way to do that is to keep drafting really, really well. I apologize for the last episode. When I was editing, I completely forgot to put in the wheel spin clip from my phone. I had it already. I just completely forgot to do it. And then I didn't think about it until the video was already uploaded to YouTube. And then I was like, I'm not going to read down. It's just going to be a whole thing. So we just let it go. We ended up with the 2002 draft class. This time, hopefully, cross your fingers, I don't forget this time when I'm editing the video to put the actual wheel spin clip in there, because that's one of the more important parts for you guys to see the draft class spin and see what draft class we get. We've gotten the 2000 and what was it, 2010? Yeah, we got 2010 first, and then we got 2002. I'm hoping we kind of get like a 90s one. That could be pretty fun. But I also kind of want to get like I don't know, maybe like a 2006, maybe even a 2012. I don't know. There's a ton of different rosters and draft classes that I would like to get. But we got to wait and see. So if you're going to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, buckle in, because we got year 3 of Golden Eagle football, and this time we're the defending champions. So what could go wrong? Okay, here we are, defending champs, ready to start their campaign as the champs. And the first thing we got to do, as you can see, there has not been a draft class loaded in, so that's the first thing we are going to take care of, and it's the first thing that I'm going to remember to do when I'm editing. So here we go. Let me get the recording set up. And hopefully now, Editor Juice, remember this, please, for the love of God. Okay, you should see the wheel spin if I've done my job right. You should be able to see the wheel spin. I have taken off the 2002 and the 2010 draft so we don't get duplicates. So now, here we go. 3, 2, 1, spin the wheel. What is the class that we are going to get? Ooh, is it going to be an old one? It is going to be an old one. Oh, no, it's not. It's going to be a new one. It's 2024. Oh, my God. I thought we were going to get something in the 90s. It looked like it was going to be like 97 or something. It's 2024. Okay. What a weird draft class to get this early into the save. Interesting. 2024 is our draft class. Huh. Okay, I don't think I have that downloaded. I don't. And I wonder if it's going to let me put it in this time. The past couple of times I've had to simulate a couple years into or a couple weeks into the sim before it would let me do it for some reason. So let me type in 2024. I don't even know there's a 2024 one out there. Is there a 2024 one out there? There is 2024. I'm not going to go with Ninja JTB because he seems to have a problem with like the heights and the weights have been glitched. It looks like there's a Wii Expertise, which is always good. There's a Jez Gaming, and then there's a Cedon. I'm going to start with Wii Expertise, because Wii Expertise is always pretty decent on his classes. I don't know if it's going to let me load it in, though. All right, this is a good sign, I guess. No, okay. For some reason, this save file has been glitched with the draft classes. It won't let me load it in until like week 3 or week 4, so we'll get to that point, and then we'll actually load it in. But the 2024 draft class, very interesting group of guys that we're going to be getting. This is what our roster looks like, if you are curious or forgotten what the roster does look like. We have a new quarterback. Our quarterback retired. After going on top, he retired on top. He pulled a Peyton Manning, he pulled a John Elway, and he retired on top as Super Bowl champion. And now we have Dakota Foster, who we're going to give him a shot. He's superstar dev. He is pretty fast for a quarterback, 94 throw power, 87 speed, 87 acceleration. The rest of the accuracies, we can work on that. But the speed, you can't teach that kind of speed at quarterback. So we're going to have to, and he's got a decent arm. 94 throw power is not anything to sneeze at. So we're going to give Dakota Foster a shot. Maybe he's the guy, or maybe we draft the quarterback to replace him in the future. You never know what's going to happen. But as for his weapons, he's got Terrell Woodward, who is completely dominating the league right now. He's got LeGarrette Blount, who we just took in the 2010 draft class. He's got Antonio Brown, who is emerging as the best wide receiver in the league. He's got Meekins. He's got Para. He's got amazing weapons on a great offensive line. He's got Rob Gronkowski. I mean, what else do you need at tight end other than Rob Gronkowski? And then on defense, we've got Bam Bam Cam. We got Earl Thomas. We're already creating a little bit of Legion of Boom. I did go through and I made our draft picks from last draft a little bit better. So Ed Reed is now a 75, and Dwight Freeney is a 76. Because if you remember right, the last draft class, the 2002 draft class, for some reason, all the players were like really, really bad. I don't know why. I didn't know that until we got to the ratings. So I did make our draft picks slightly better so that they're at least respectable and actually can play. And then at corner, I wouldn't be opposed to getting extra corners on this team. And so at some point, I don't know whether in free agency or in the draft or something, but this team is going to simulate pretty well. It all really relies on Dakota Foster and if he can get the job done in the end or not. And as for our schemes, we got to get something better than a 34. So I guess we'll go with like a 60%. And we already have a 100% scheme fit on the defense. We're going to simulate pretty well. It's kind of hard not to with a team as good as we have right now. So let's get going. We will jump into our first game against the Commanders. And we will play them in our place as we raise the banner and we celebrate the defending championship. But hopefully we start the season 1-0 so we can continue to defend our championship and maybe even repeat. It is prime time here in Mexico City as the Golden Eagles get set to defend their crown. Their first opponent, the first challenger, is the Washington Commanders. We are the first game of the year. It's Thursday night primetime, opening up the season, and that is a big-time bomb that's going to be knocked incomplete. Good job by Shields to stay with the receiver the whole time there. That was a really big throw. Commanders don't end up doing anything on the play or on the drive, and we now have the football, and we get to see Dakota Foster in his debut game. His first ever game as a Golden Eagle quarterback, or really as a Golden Eagle in general. I don't think he was here last year. And he's going to take a bomb right away to Antonio Brown. No, the 94 throw power, but the accuracy is what got him there. I think the accuracy is what struggled on that one. He's only got like 60-something deep accuracy. So if he had more accuracy, that ball probably is in a different spot, and it's able to get to Antonio Brown. That could have been a lethal first big play of the career of Dakota Foster. And we got to remember, he's got 87 speed. We can work with that. That actually is pretty decent speed for a quarterback in the NFL. It's not anything like mind-blowing, obviously. It's not like 95 speed or something, but 87 speed, we can... I mean, we've played with quarterbacks a lot slower. And look at Woodward. Look at Woodward work the screen blocks. Woodward is doing the damage right there. 40 seconds. We have all of our timeouts. We can play this any way we want, really. We're going to go quickly to AB. He's going to hold on, break the tackle. Antonio Brown fighting for extra yards. First timeout called. 35 seconds. Do we hit Rob Gronkowski? X Factor Gronk. Maybe we do a little... No, he's not open. He's got two guys on him. I can't in good faith do that to Gronk. I was going to high point it to him and see if he'd be able to just go up and moss the dude, but that was only if the safety didn't track over there and he was one-on-one. Let's go. Let's hit Gronk on this then. And I was hoping he was going to break that tackle, if I'm being honest. I probably should have called no huddle there. Probably should have called a little no huddle. Is this a scramble spot with Dakota Foster? Do we feel the scramble? We might feel the scramble here. 87 speed, should be able to get around the corner. Dakota Foster at the 1, and he's out of bounds. I thought he was going to be able to get in there. I really did. But that should be open. It's Anton Meekins. He holds on for the catch. Touchdown right at the end of the half, too. That's big. And the Commanders cannot seem to get anything going on offense for them. So hopefully we can capitalize with this drive and then just basically knock them down. They're going to call 4th and inches on that. I feel like I got the first down. I don't know how you could realistically call that 4th and inches. I don't know how much closer to the first down marker I needed to be. Woodward ends up getting on that one, though, so that's good. And we keep driving. Another 3rd down opportunity. We'll go with a triple out. Ooh, Parra. We know how electric Parra has been the first 2 seasons with some of the catches he's made. I'm going to give him another shot. Elias Parra. I was kind of hoping for a little pass interference call there. They want me to kick a big 52-yard field goal. You know what? I'll let the CPU handle a 52-yard field goal. I'm not going to kick it, even though I probably could make it. I was thinking about, the only reason I jumped in because I was thinking about maybe going for it on 4th down, but I feel like getting a 10-0 lead is probably for the best. So, and that's a good reason why we got the 10-0 lead, because now it's 10-7, and the Commanders are driving with a chance to take the lead or tie at 3 minutes to go. Everson Griffin, we're going to be usering. He's going to find his man. It is a nice tackle from Cam Chancellor, but that is not a good start. Maybe we can be Roosevelt Sears over on this side. Roosevelt Sears is a aging player. We're definitely going to have to look to replace him at some point. He's still going to have a little bit of motion as Cam Chancellor gets beaten coverage. And now I'm starting to get a little bit spooked. We're going to jump out here just to see if the defense can handle themselves. And the defense only allowed a field goal. You know what? I'll take it. If a defense allowing a field goal is all we get, that is going to be fine by me. I don't even know what play I called right here. I completely flipped everything. Now we're running a pass. I don't even know what all that was about. That was a lot of motion for nothing. I don't even really know what play I had called. So it's a good thing that nothing happened on that. All right, now we're going 2nd and 10. We're going to run, we're going to run, we're going to run, and Antonio Brown eventually finds his way open, and Antonio Brown down the field already puts us in field goal range, and now the Commanders are scared. Now the Commanders are terrified. They realize that they've let it go. Antonio Brown cooked them. And look at Woodward. Woodward puts us in guaranteed field goal range, and he does even more damage. And now the X Factor's activated, so Truz, he cannot fumble in these big spots. He might not have to fumble, though. Look at Woodward all the way down to the 4, I think. Where's he at? Yeah, it was the 4. All the way down to the 4. I don't even really need to score here. We need to calm it down. We've been getting too much pressure. No, Woodward, don't go in. Don't go in, Terrell. They're trying to let us in so that they have a chance to take the field and go on offense, but we're too smart for that. Woodward does a good job there, although he had no choice, really. We'll take it down, and I'm not even going to snap this. I think kicking the field goal is fine. Actually, you know what? I might snap it. Yeah, let's snap it. Let's see what happens. And that's a touchdown. Rob Gronkowski, he was wide open. They brought the entire defense on the blitz there to stop the run. And we're going to survive. First win of the season. First win of the season in week number 1. It's always good to get your first win in week number 1. Dakota Foster in his first game as the starting quarterback. I mean, 12 for 21, 129 yards and 2 touchdowns. We know that this offense, this playbook doesn't lend well to a lot of passing yards, but that's a great game, a great first game. And then 19 for 92 for Terrell Woodward. He almost had a touchdown, but we denied him. Anton Meekins and Gronkowski both had touchdowns. Defensively, we had 2.5 sacks from Marco Creighton, 1 from Miguel Lopez, and then a half each from Trayvon Wayne, Cam Chancellor, and Tyrone Bowman. No interceptions. But a win is a win is a win is a win is a win. So we move on now to week number 2. I'm probably not going to jump into week number 2. I just want to get to where I can load the draft class in. I don't know why it makes me do that. Why can't I just load it in like normal? I must have somehow glitched this save file. I don't know how I did, but We'll see what happens against the 0-1 Jets. Should be able to beat them. I'd be highly shocked if we didn't. And we do. 30-13. Big win. Big win, 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 win. We get some upgrade points. Cam Chancellor, Everson Griffin, Dwight Freeney all get upgrade points. And now let me try to load in the draft class. So we'll go to prospects. We'll go to this. We'll go to the import local file because it downloaded it for me. And then now it's loaded in. So there are some interesting players in this class. I mean, you got Caleb Williams, #1 overall pick in real life. You got Jaden Daniels. You got Drake May. You got Marv in this class. Joe Alt, we've been looking for a tackle. Joe Alt could be that guy. You got Malik Neighbors. My God, I forgot how good this draft class was. Okay. There's some great players in this class. Some great players in this class. Fantastical players in this class. And if we're going to need a quarterback, I mean, one of those guys certainly could be one of our quarterbacks, I'm not saying. But I think we might stick with Dakota Foster, especially if he develops with the superstar dev over the season. But there, I mean, if we're going to need another wide receiver to pair alongside Antonio Brown and Elias Parra, I mean, hello. Hello. One of those two guys. I mean, even Odunze, Brian Thomas Jr. would be perfect guys to pair alongside him. Tight end, I mean, Gronk and Brock Bowers in the same tight end room would go crazy. But that's not the top of mind. We're not necessarily in the market for a tight end like that. But I would not be opposed to one of these tackles, especially Joe Alt. On the defense, we are looking for another edge rusher, but I don't know if this edge rush class is as good as I would like it to be. It's fine, nothing too crazy. Defensive tackles, Sam linebackers, Mike linebackers. I would definitely not hate an Edger and Cooper on this team. And then corner, I mean, you got Quinyon, you got Terrion Arnold, Nate Wiggins, Cooper DeJean, not my lover. I mean, there's some great corners in this class too. So the secondary is in capable hands, and now we finally have it loaded in. So, all right, let's keep moving on. We're not going to jump into this Lions game, but we could jump into either week 4 or 5. We do lose, though. Maybe we should have jumped in. 28-25, we fall to the Lions. I am hoping that it was a last-second field goal that beat us and we didn't just like have to make a comeback or something. And negotiations for the season, we have $98 million. Kirk Young is our starting center. We have Colin Shorts, who we're probably not going to bring back now that we have a pretty good tight end room. Alex Beasley. So it's nothing anybody crazy. It is Elias Parra, who I do want to bring back. And look at what he's asking for now that he's developed into an 89 overall. So there are some guys that I obviously want to bring back, but with $98 million, we can really do whatever we want. I can even just get Nick Young, or not Nick Young, Swaggy P. I can get Kirk Young back right away. We can give him a 5-year contract. I mean, he's only 25. That'll take him till he's 30. And we can pay him that, and he's going to come back. So Kirk Young, welcome aboard, our center for a while. And then everybody else we can kind of wait on, I guess. We don't have to make any split decisions. But we probably should jump into this Panther game. They're 3-0. We're 2-1. This could get a little sketch balls, so let's jump in. We've got a big one here against the undefeated Panthers. I know it's early in the season for them to be undefeated. It's only 3-0, but still, this would be a big win, especially since we're not undefeated anymore. We lost to Detroit. This would be a big win. Nice rush to stop the run. There we go. It's Roosevelt Sears. We kind of forced Deion Burris to run right into us. We had a good push off the line there to force him into that area. First quarter is quickly coming to an end here. A 2nd and 12 is a good spot to be in. Oh, he's got a wide open man. Great throw. Jack Redmond finds a wide open receiver, a wide open tight end, I should say. We have yet to run into any 2010 or 2002 draft picks, but that doesn't mean the Panthers don't have any on their roster. I mean, they got to have a couple. They got to have a couple. I was hoping that'd be a pick. That would have been sick in the corner of the end zone there. Absolutely sick, nasty. Everson Griffin, a great rush to the quarterback, but it's going to result in a catch. I don't know how Redmond was able to create space enough to throw that football, but he did. This feels like it's going to be our handoff, so I'm going to actually line up some linebackers here. And Miguel Lopez was right there. I was right. It was a run. And Miguel Lopez was not fooled. He got in the backfield, and we forced the field goal, possibly? Or are they going to go for it since they're at the 4? No, they're just going to take the field goal. Okay. This would be a spot you would think about going for it. You're at the 4-yard line early in the game. It wouldn't really kill you if you didn't get it. There's still a ton of time left. But they do go for 3, and they get it. So it's 3-0, but we're driving down the field on our drive. And we've got a chance to get a touchdown, something the Panthers couldn't do. 2nd and 5, a handoff, and Woodward stays on his feet. He does have a very good ability of running into his own offensive lineman and still staying on his feet and being able to get yards after. So, pretty impressive. Not a lot of running backs can do that. Although that's just unfair. I mean, what am I supposed to do about that? He immediately won off the line and was in the backfield before I could even choose what hole I was going to go into. So, and unlike the Panthers, we are going to go for it on our 4th down attempt, and we are going to get it. It's Elias Parra who gets the conversion. I wouldn't have it any other way, and the Panthers will call a timeout. I hate when the CPU does that. It just ruins my mojo. I'm in the groove. I'm getting ready to figure out what my next play is. I'm trying to go quickly, and then they just call a random timeout. Okay, it seems like the Carolina Panther defensive line is all about stopping the run. They've got 2 guys in there that are beastly at stopping runs. We'll have to keep an eye on that as we've got Dakota Foster maybe scrambling, and this is the ability that he has. Takes it to the house, scores the touchdown. That's something that Matthews last season, in the first 2 years really, did not have. He was just not fast enough. He had a little bit of run, he just couldn't get away from anybody. But Dakota Foster, 87 speed, we can work with that. We can definitely work with that. I'm going to just dump this off to Elias Parra. He takes a nasty shot. Thankfully, he didn't fumble that because that was an X factor that hit him. You never know if they've got some sort of ability that'll pop fumbles. I'm actually going to just dump this to Gronkowski. He drops it. That's probably what I should have expected. Him drop that. All right, how do we get in field goal range here? Feliciano catches that. We call a timeout. That's kind of just a waste. It was really just more used to get the 1st down than to get out actual good yardage. I think I might have to scramble again. Dakota Foster trying. He gets hit out of bounds. I was trying to get extra yards that I probably shouldn't have. I should have just taken out of bounds and stuff, but we've done a good job to get close. We'll take the check down to Woodward, and now we are in field goal range. Now we've reached field goal range. We can run some hurry up. They're going to press up. That's huge. That gives us a chance to win down the field. Antonio Brown did win down the field. And Dakota Foster is not going to be fast enough. Just get it away, dog. Just get it away. I was hoping he'd be fast enough to outrun those guys. He was not. We do still have the 1 timeout. We do still have the 1 timeout. We need to get a couple extra yards to feel safe about this field goal, and that's the couple extra yards we needed. Parra will get it. We will take the field goal. It'll be a 51-yarder. That's not anything crazy, or at least it shouldn't be. It is lined up pretty well. That one should go up and through, and it does. It would have been good from a little bit further back, so maybe he can kick a 59-yarder. We'll have to test that out a little bit later, but it's 10-10, and now the Panthers make it 17-10. All right, we might be in a little bit of trouble here. Jumping in on defense. 1st and 10 from the 31. Carolina is looking dangerous. Handoff. They've got a lot of room up the middle. Chancellor ends up making first contact, but I don't like this at all. I do not like this at all. It feels like Carolina is going to win this game. And there's not really much I can do about it. Ooh, don't go outside. Ooh, that was close. They get a flag for delay of game. They couldn't call a play that didn't have any motion in it. If you knew you were going to drain the clock and not call it until very late into the play clock, why did you call a play that had motion and not call that motion earlier? The CPU sometimes is very, very questionable in its decision making. Handoff to the running back. It's a great tackle from Cam Chancellor. Gives it 3rd and 1. Do I call a timeout here? I think I do. I think I have to save that 2-minute warning. We save the 2-minute warning. We're going to bring the blitz. It might be a little bit of a risky one, but we're going to bring the blitz. It worked on that 4th down previously. Or 3rd down previously. Miguel Lopez in the backfield. I got caught by the running back. I can't believe it. I got caught by the running back on the blitz. Did you see that? Did anybody else see that? I was ready to sack the quarterback, but it sucked me into the animation. What are we doing here, man? I was ready to get the quarterback. I was. Believe me. And then he just like gets like sucked into the animation. I hate getting sucked. Oh, and now we use the 2-minute warning. Yeah, we've lost this game, unfortunately. We're going to be 2-2 on the season. This is not how you want to defend your Super Bowl championship. 24-10. I mean, I don't even know why I'd jump in here. There's no reason to jump in. Even if we score, it's going to still be 24-17. So we lose the game. It's an unfortunate loss. It really is. It's an unfortunate loss. 13 for 22. No touchdowns for Foster. We just couldn't get anything going. We didn't do much on defense. Bowman didn't. He had 1 sack, but it just, the Panthers seem to be a better team than us right now, which is weird because we seem to be a pretty good team, but not that good. Not that good. Ed Reed gets an upgrade point. That's always good. That's a tough loss, especially back-to-back. All right, we're going to sim a couple, see if we can get back on track here. See if we can get back on track. Taking on the 2-2 Seattle Seahawks, so at least they're right on our same level right now. And we have gotten back in the win column. That's a nice win. That boosts the morale back up. We needed something to have happen there. Needed to boost the morale back up. But now we ride the Chargers into the bye week. Hopefully we can put together a 2-game win streak here. And it is a 2-game win streak. So we ride into the bye, 2 games up. A little bit of momentum boost. Now we take on the Niners in a division game, but they are horrible. They're 1-5. I didn't realize they were having such a bad year. We're 4-2. Rams are 4-3. Packers are undefeated at 7-0. Are we going to see a 17-0 season from the CPU? I've seen some close. I've seen 16-1s and 15-2s from the CPU, but I've never seen a 17-0. We lose to the 40. I just didn't jump into that game because I thought it was a cakewalk. They were 1 win. I didn't think I needed to jump in. Well, that's annoying. That's really annoying, actually, because now we're 4-3. Oh, I jinxed it. The Packers lost the very next week. So we will not see an undefeated season. I wonder if it's even possible for the CPU to go undefeated. I feel like it's coded for them to not. Because I've never seen it happen. We will jump into this Chiefs game. I didn't think I needed to jump into the Niner game, but I'm not going to miss an opportunity to jump in against Kansas City, so let's do that. Why did I have to jump in a monsoon? I just had to pick a game where it's a torrential downpour. Of course. All right, let's see if we can do this. We got the Christmas jerseys on, and oh my God. Okay. Is it going to be one of those? It's Callum Townsend! Former Mexico City Golden Eagle, Callum Townsend, plays for the Chiefs and just lit up his former teammate, Terrell Woodward. Wow. Talk about seeing ghosts. I didn't realize that. Did I send him here or did he sign here? I didn't realize that I put him on the Chiefs. I certainly didn't remember if I did. Rob Gronkowski, nice little catch there. That does a job. Wow, what a moment right there. That's a come to Jesus moment. Callum Townsend appears like a ghost, like a sleep paralysis demon, right in front of Terrell Woodward. Well, we'll see if we can beat him. We will see if we can beat his new team. Something happened to Mrs. Juice over there. Her body has been deformed, it looks like. She needs to eat a sandwich or something, I think. Starting to disintegrate over there. What happened, Mrs. Juice? Somebody get this lady a burger. She's got no body. Her body has evaporated. That's not good. I mean, I get, like, wanting a better body image, but you didn't need to go that far, Mrs. Juice. That's a little bit too far. You were beautiful the way that you were. That's wide open. That's Almodovar, but he could not turn up the field because he's a bum. who can't run in the weather conditions. We need to have it like F1 where they've got the rain tires or the weather tires. We need to have cleats that can perform better in the rain so that we can run on the turf. Woodward's able to get it up to the 9. He also is able just to get it up in general. He's a younger man, so he doesn't have that problem. Antonio Brown wide open. No, my mother in Christ. What are you doing? How did that not result in a touchdown catch? He won instantly, and then the moment I threw it, he literally lost all the position, and he literally just won. And I said literally a bunch, but it's literally true. Dakota Foster gets up to the 2-yard line, and then I'm going to hit him with a little slot outs. You know I love a good slot. A nice little cheap slot, too. Don't want to get too expensive on the slots. And that's Rob Gronkowski. I wasn't sure he was going to make it into the end zone there. But we deliver a nice little touchdown, hold the Chiefs to 3 points, and then get another touchdown, making it 14-3. But now the Chiefs are scoring. Now they're getting dangerous. Now we're getting rowdy. It's 17-14. We lost the lead that we had. It wasn't a big lead, but we lost whatever lead we had. Gronkowski's X Factor has been activated, which is kind of sick. I forget what it is. Oh, it's max security, I think, isn't it? They want me to kick the field goal to tie this football game at 17. I'm not doing that. I'm not tying this game at 17. I'm taking the lead is what I'm doing. Because Elias Parr has got me. If anybody's got me, Elias Parr has got me. That'll take us to the end of the third quarter. We will go to the fourth, down by 3, but we are marching. Oh, when the Saints go marching. We are marching into enemy territory right here. The handoff. Woodward wrapped up by his former teammate. They are number 2 in some sort of category, but they have 0. I'm assuming that's turnovers. I'm assuming they're one of the better teams at turning the football over, but they have 0 today. I wish they would actually tell me what that was instead of just telling me that they have 0 of something. Dakota Foster, great throw as he's getting hit. Antonio Brown's at the 1. What a tremendous throw. I'm starting to really like Dakota Foster. I think if he can get up to like an 86, 87 overall by the end of the season with that superstar dev, I think we could have something. And that's Elmo Duvar with the touchdown catch. We fulfilled the prophecy. We didn't kick the field goal. We scored the touchdown. But now we have to score another touchdown because the Chiefs have the lead. Because of course they do. Our defense has not come to play today. And I'm just running in circles. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. All right. Let's get something going here. Elias Parra in the fade. Does that work? Do we believe in miracles? I don't believe in miracles, but I do believe in Rob Gronkowski one-on-one. Oh, my mother. Are you serious right now? Are you serious? Are you Captain Crunch right now on me? Are you captaining on my crunch? Because how in the world of sports does he not catch that football? Dakota Foster got gored out of his shoes, but he holds on. First down. Big dog. If I can fire that in, that's going to be a risky throw, and Woodward cannot bring it in. That play used to be pretty good. I don't think it's very good anymore. I've run it a couple of times recently in different videos, the angle route, the little Texas route, and it doesn't do as well because the defense always has at least 1, maybe even 2 linebackers on that play. And they always seem to know you're calling that route. So, doesn't work as much. That is a nice catch by Parra. We might be able to get one more playoff before the warning hits. Let's go with that. We do get one more playoff. And I'm going to have to scramble because I don't have anything that I liked. And that's a 2-minute warning. I might have had something there, but I wasn't really looking down the field. So if there was something there, I missed it. As long as I don't throw a pick, I should be good to either take the lead or tie it. And it seems like nobody's gotten Mrs. Juice a burger yet, so she's still invisible. Maybe she's what's her face? Sue Storm from the Fantastic Four. Maybe she's just learning how to use her power, so she's half invisible. Woodward's able to get the first down. That was really risky to run the ball there. Can we score the touchdown? Who's going to be the one to do it? Who's going to be the hero? Can I be your hero, baby? That one was a little bit out in front. Did not connect. I really just want to throw it up to Antonio Brown, but I don't think he's going to be able to win on his guy as good as I need him to. The screen pass actually worked. I don't usually like to throw screen passes that close to the red zone, but that one actually was pretty productive. And now AB is going to be one-on-one in the corner there. Unfortunately, that guy's going to be with him. Almodovar did not ever get any separation. All right. Oh, square's open enough. No, the ball traveled! Dakota Foster makes his first big mistake of his career. That ball sailed way farther than it ever needed to be. I know I was on the run and it wasn't going to be as accurate as it could have been, but that is a really, really bad mistake from Dakota Foster. That might be his first pick of the year. That's a tough one. That is an uber tough loss, considering we were right there to either kick the field goal or get the touchdown. I mean, I know he was on the run. It's a tough throw to make, but he's got to put more on that ball on an angle so that it doesn't sail so far. And I want him. Basically what I wanted him to do was I wanted him to throw it behind Antonio Brown so that he would turn his body and like put his back to the corners so that he wouldn't get hit on the ball and drop it, is what I was going for. Instead, he sailed it so far right to the corners, and it was a pick. And now it's 3 straight losses. Oof. Oof. This is not how I expected our defending championship season to go. We are kind of on the struggle bus right now. Okay, we get back into it with a win there against the Vikings, which is nice. We're 5-5. I really don't want this season to end up in no man's land. If we're going to be bad, just be bad. Or if we're going to be good, just be good. I'd rather have really good or really bad. I don't want to be in no man's land where we're 500, hovering around that, and then we have a middle-of-the-road draft pick. Everson Griffin has superstar dev now, by the way, because he feels locked in. Okay. That's unbelievable. Why can't that happen in Browns franchise? That's awesome. Get 2 sacks and 3 tackles for loss to keep it up, but he's got superstar dev now. So if I don't get this, does that mean he loses it? Or does he just always have it now? I guess there's only one way to know. We got a game against the Rams, the LA Rams. Yeah. And we're jumping in here because we need help with Everson Griffin. He already has superstar dev. They gave it to him. But also, he needs to get 2 sacks and tackles, 2 tackles for loss, or 3 tackles for loss even, to increase it even more. Maybe that gets it up to X Factor. I don't know how those work. I don't remember. But it's not looking good right now. The Rams are moving down the field on us, and they have 7 points. All right, are we in danger right now? Are we the Simpsons meme? Are we in danger? I got to throw that. Okay. This Rams team is the real dealio. Minute 48. Both teams have a turnover. I'm hoping that wasn't another Dakota Foster pick, but it most likely was. Why is every single team ungodly at stopping the run? Can we just have a team that's bad at stopping the run? Like, not every NFL team is the greatest run defense team of all time. Foster's able to get up to the 26. It's not the decision I wanted to make, but it was the only one I felt would give us the best chance to get yards. We're going to have to roll out here and just take off. Just take off. Throw me some blocks. Throw me some blocks. Good Lord. Antonio Brown, it's not the best time to go into business for yourself, dog. You got to throw me some blocks. If you would have just set a clear path for me to run, I could have been gone a lot earlier. Elias Parra, big catch. I'm probably going to have to re-sign him, aren't I? He's kind of become a channel legend at this point, so letting him go would feel wrong. Gronkowski breaks that tackle. Look at Gronk go. I'll call my first time out here. Give us a little bit of a breather. It seems like Mrs. Juice has gotten her figure back. That's good. I was worried for her. Oh my God. All of these teams have like X Factor and superstar edge or defensive tackles and edge rushers that just like dominate off the ball. That's a great throw. That might be the best throw of Dakota Foster's career, by the way. And it's to Feliciano who catches it on the little corner route. That was a fantastic throw from Foster. He put that in a beautiful basket with a little bow on top. That's how good of a throw that was. And now we are into the third quarter, tied at 7, so the defenses are playing unreal for both teams. Woodward escapes, gets to the 12. Good job, Terrell. Maybe we try another run, see if that works, although this could change to a pass and be pretty effective, but I think I'm going to stick with the run. Woodward will get the first, but I probably would have been better off with the pass now that I'm thinking about it. Pass is probably the move. Let's try a curl. This could just be a makeshift scramble for Dakota Foster, and I think it's going to be Dakota Foster, end zone, touchdown, Golden Eagles. Dakota Foster, I'm liking him. I'm liking him a lot. What can I say? He's doing things that I like. We lead into the fourth quarter, but now the Rams have it, and they got the ball back again. It might have been another turnover. It is 2 turnovers for the Golden Eagles today. That might be the breaking point for us in this game. It's a play action, and it's a great play action, but it's not a great throw. It was going to work if he would have just had an accurate throw. Kind of sucks for him. Oh, look at Roosevelt Sears. That was a great rush. What a rush. 3rd and 2. Come on, hold to a field goal, please. Please hold to a field goal. It's going to be a little bit of fake, a little bit of trickery. He steps out of bounds. What a bum. And we do hold to a field goal. 4th and 3 from the 9. Field goal attempt. It's going to go through unless we block it, but I don't think we will, and we don't. So it's 17-14. We did what I wanted. We hold to a field goal. We did exactly what we needed to do. And we get the touchdown. I was going to let the thing go a little bit further, and then I was hoping they'd give me a moment and jump in, but they didn't even give me a moment. We just scored the touchdown. We lead 21-17. So now we have a defensive moment to stop them from scoring, to take the lead. Okay, that got a little sketchy there. I thought they were going to catch that. We got to be ready for 4 downs. It's 4-down territory, pretty clearly. That's going to get him a couple of yards. Emmett Stover kind of selling right now. 3rd and 8. All of their timeouts. Come on. Come on, defense. Oh, that's a great little route to the outside, and he's going to get that ball across the line for a 1st down. That was a really good little out route. I mean, nobody was around him, so pretty good. But Bowman almost got to the quarterback. That's a drop from the running back. Just off his hands. He could have had 7 yards, 8 yards on that. Just dropped it. Straight up dropped it. Straight up bum activities right there. That's a quick throw. I tried to get a hand on it. Jalen Manning is the one to catch that pass. And now it's a 3rd and 6 again. All right, defense. Let's not choke this time. Do your thing. Oh, we almost got to him. It's another catch, but this time it's a 4th and 1 scenario. Do they run this ball? What do they do? What do they do? What do they do? They're going to pass it. He's got time. He's going to scramble. What's he doing? He's going to end up taking off and running. Oh, that's heartbreaking. He couldn't figure out what he wanted to do, and then there was just nobody in the middle of the field to stop him. Devastation. Devastation, I feel. Hand out to the running back. They're probably going to start calling timeouts here pretty soon. They've already used one. I don't know why they didn't call one there. Because they're going to run hurry up, that's why. 30 seconds remain. Now they call timeout. So why waste 2 seconds if you're going to just call a timeout later? Sometimes the CPU... I don't know what they're thinking. Probably because they don't think at all. You got 30 seconds and one timeout to get a touchdown. A field goal does nothing for you. You still lose. So, I don't know what you're thinking. Your great hit stick by McIntyre there. That's a fantastic hit stick to force that ball out for a drop. And now it's a 3rd and 10. That pocket closed pretty quickly on him. He catches that pass. It's 4th and 3 with 21 seconds and a timeout. What does Sean McVay have up his sleeve on this play? Come on, get there. Get to him. Get to him. Force a bad throw. He's going to scramble. No, he's not. He's going to take it to the end zone. It's going to be intercepted by Shields, and that'll be the ball game. We are going to hold on for the win. He went for it all. He didn't need to necessarily. They still had a timeout in the pocket. They could have called a play that would have gotten them the first down to give him a little bit of a chance to breathe and then call the timeout and then take a shot to the end zone. He didn't need to push it there. But he did, and it's an interception. It cost him. But Dakota Foster also had 2 picks in this game, 157 yards. Woodward, I've yet to see him go over 100 yards in sim today. We might need to change playbooks for the future. Because the Cardinal playbook, yeah, won us a Super Bowl, but I don't think it's going to help us any further than that. But Sam Shields with a big pick to win us the game. All right. We get back in the win column there. We needed that, absolutely, because we had been on a little bit of a skid. Needed to get a win. Earl Thomas gets an upgrade point. So does a lot of good players. Always nice to see. And the D-line breakout. Don't take it away from him, please. I don't even know that's a thing. He gets 4,500 XP. Okay, it doesn't say that he goes down to star dev or something like that. That would be criminal if that was a thing. I don't think it's a thing, but all right, we're coming to the end stretch here of this season. We got week 13 now. We can do a little bit of focus scouting though. Seattle's improved themselves. They're 5 and 6 now. Okay, so I definitely want to do Joe Alt because we could use a tackle like that. I probably also should do Olo Fashanu. We should probably do that as well. And I probably should do a corner because we're going to need a corner, aren't we? But I'm not going to be in the market for... I'm not going to be able to get Quavion Mitchell or Terrion Arnold, I don't think. But I could be in the position to get a Cooper DeJean. I could certainly be in the position to get him. And he's not my lover, so let's see if we can get him. We got some more upgrade points. Who's getting upgraded? It's Everson Griffin with the 4,500 XP. That's nice. And now we have a sim game against the Seattle Seahawks. Are we going to win this one? Tell me it's a W. It is not. Man, we're middling around 500, which is exactly where I didn't want to be. We do beat the really bad Raiders. I don't like the fact that we just can't seem to get a win together. We can't seem to get a streak of more than 2. We're now not even the top of the NFC West. We are... Wow, the Packers have fallen hard. They were 7-0, and they're 8-5 now. My God. That's tragic. But we are the 8th seed on the outside looking in for the playoffs. The defending champions on the outside looking in, that's criminal. We need to beat the Broncos. I know I probably don't have to say it at this point, but every game is a must-win if we want to get back into the playoffs and have a chance to even defend our crown. I mean, we might not even make the playoffs the year after winning the Super Bowl, which... It doesn't sound like it's that like rare. Like that's a pretty common thing for the Super Bowl teams to do is miss the playoffs the very next year because you got that Super Bowl hangover. But I'm hoping that doesn't happen to us. I don't want to be hungover. I want to win another Super Bowl. Handoff. At least this Broncos team is not as good at stopping the run as the other teams we faced this season have been, that we jumped into. Those teams are tremendous at stopping the run. They're going to bring some heat. I'm going to try to get that to Meekins, and I can. Anton Meekins, great catch. Call a timeout. I called a timeout too early, or too late, and I wasted a lot of time on the acceleration there. Do I try to hit Antonio Brown here? Or they got an X-Factor safety. That's probably not the smartest idea. But Antonio Brown absolutely torched. Antonio Brown, no! Ah, I hate that, man. The ball is placed really well. It just didn't have enough power on it to get all the way. And Antonio did enough there. He really did. But that's Gronkowski. One-on-one. Rob Gronkowski can't do it either. The fact that the safety can cover both the seam routes is very annoying. He was just in the middle waiting for me to make a decision. And then when I did, that's an interception. And it might be a pick six, too, if Dakota Foster can't save it here. All right, we've given the Broncos field position, though, or field goal range. And they do hit the field goal. I'm gonna die. I wanna die. I open up my eyes, I wanna die. 3 minutes to go. We are up by a singular point. This isn't baseball, this isn't hockey. We are up by a singular point. Can we get the job done? Can we hold on for the victory? I really need Campbell. Was it Nev Campbell? Maybe. I really need Campbell to make a mistake here. Throw a pick. Just not get a first down. Just something. Oh, it's Heath Campbell. Maybe that's Nev's daughter. Or Nev's son, I should say. Not daughter. Well, I mean, maybe Heath is whatever he wants to do. I don't care. If they want to be Nev's daughter, that can totally be what happens. We've made it to a 4th and 6. This will end the game if we're able to stop them. Come on. Get to him. Don't allow him to scramble. Don't allow him to... Don't give him that... Don't let him have that! No! We had 3 red jerseys there. How does nobody get a hand on that football? He threw that into no man's land. That was not a good ball. That should never have been caught. In a million, bazillion years, that should have never been caught. How does not one red jersey get a hand up and knock that football down? On a 4th down? We got to be tighter than that, guys. Come on. We got to be... You got to be tighter than a freaking Mormon. Come on, guys. That's a nice tackle. They are kind of running out of time, though. And now they use one of their timeouts, just as I mentioned it. I shouldn't have mentioned anything. They wouldn't have called timeout then. Please. Please stop him. Oh, the spin move always gets me. I hate it here. I actually hate it here on this planet. I want to be on Mars. Come on. Come on. Get to the quarterback. Get to the running back. It's a touchdown. All right, a minute. A minute is all we have. An actual minute of real life time is all we have before we lose another game. That's dropped. You can't drop that. You just can't. Elias Parra, the guy who doesn't really drop anything, has dropped a pass. That one is the exact same play, and he catches that one. All right, that gets us close to midfield. That's something at least. Unfortunately, we need a touchdown. That's the only bad thing about having the Broncos score there. Parra is able to get another catch. I'm going to try to run some hurry up here to try to save that timeout for this play. If this could work. Woodward, he's got a lot of room. Terrell Woodward runs away from everybody. What a run on the angle route by Terrell Woodward. He's so good. He gets us to the 13-yard line. That is a super, super mega play. Oh, Antonio Brown has a touchdown. Antonio Brown. That's not Antonio Brown. That's Anton Meekins. Anyway, it's a touchdown regardless. But we didn't go for the... We must have went for 2 and didn't get it because it's 19-18. We're back up by a singular point. And now 18 seconds in a timeout. If Nev Campbell hits a pass here, they could be in field goal range. Tackle him, please. Good job. Timeout used. They have to go for it all. There's no way they can go deep or complete any sort of pass and get back to the line of scrimmage. Okay, he just throws it away. 9 seconds remain. What is Nev/Heath Campbell going to do? 9 seconds. They got about 2 plays if this one goes quickly. He's going to throw it away, so they did have two plays. They might even have two plays now after that. With 6 seconds left, you could go super quickly to the sideline. Probably not, though. That's stretching it a little bit. This could be the final play. They're going to go for it all. It's in no man's land. Cam Chancellor picks it off, and that's the ball game. We will beat the Denver Broncos and get back in the win column. Bam, bam, Cam. And he's talking trash to every Denver Bronco player. Nev Campbell blows it. And we will win this football game. Dakota Foster, 13 for 21, 173 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks. He's starting to get sloppy. Finally, a 100-plus yard running game for Woodward in Sim. But Dakota Foster's starting to get a little bit sloppy here. I wish he'd be a little bit more productive. But maybe it's just he's a casualty of the playbooks. That could be a problem. All right, we'll simulate the next couple of weeks. I don't know if we'll jump into the final game. I guess it'll depend on if we're a playoff contender or not, if we'll jump into the final game. We got to beat the Rams here. Division matchup, got to beat the Rams. Show me a W. Show me a W. It's a loss. That might knock us out of the playoffs. Yeah, we're 9 seed. We are the 9 seed right now. We take on the Green Bay Packers. If we lose this, we're done. So what's going to happen here? It is a loss. We will not make the playoffs the year after winning the Super Bowl. Was it a fluke? Are we one-year wonders? Or was it just a playbook mistake and a quarterback change that we didn't feel confident in? All of these are valid questions. I think I will bring back Colin Short just for a couple years. We don't have to pay him that much money. He's going to return. Also, he has Superstar Dev. That also helps. If he had Star Dev, I probably wouldn't have brought him back. Alex Beasley, I think I will bring him back. We'll get him on a 4-year deal, $4 million, and he's going to return. Jeremy Creighton is a guard who we should think about bringing back. He's only 26, and he also wants to be here, so we'll get him on that. He's going to return. Thankfully, a lot of these guys want to be here, except for Howie Patterson does not want to be here. Elias Parr also doesn't want to be here. Can I realistically bring Elias Parr back? I think I do want him back. I don't want to pay that much. I know this is pretty expensive for a third-string receiver, but he's going to return. Maybe that was a little bit of an overpay. I feel like it was worth it. I will also get BJ McIntyre back, just because he's an X factor. So we'll keep him around. Who else do I want back? Do I want Ben Hernandez back? I probably don't need him. I don't need Nick Richard back. We'll accept the option on Pat Beasley whenever that comes up. Ben Hernandez, I don't think we need back. We don't need any of these guys back. Trayvon Wayne, I don't think we need back. Do we need Howie Patterson? I'll bring Howie Patterson back because he's cheap. Is probably the only reason. If he wasn't as cheap as he is, we probably wouldn't bring him back. But he's going to return. And that leaves Trayvon Wayne. I think I'll do the same thing. He's also cheap, and he actually wants to be here. So he's even cheaper than the other guy. So we get those guys back, and I think that's going to be everybody. I think that's going to be everybody that we bring back. We'll simulate this final game. We're not going to make the playoffs, unfortunately. What a disappointing second season, or a third season after winning the Super Bowl in the second season. We do beat the Bears. A 9-8 year is just frustrating, more so than anything. Like, how do we win the Super Bowl and then go 9-8 the next year? What are we doing? So our final stats, was it a playbook problem? Was it a Dakota Foster problem? That's something we'll have to think about. 3,800 yards, 39 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. I liked how he played. I just don't know if he's the long-term option. Maybe we'll give him the benefit of the doubt and change playbooks next year and see if that is anything. If we go to a more meta playbook and then he still plays bad, then it's a him problem. We'll have to figure that out. 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns for Terrell Woodward. We know one thing. Terrell Woodward is not the problem. Receiving, Antonio Brown gets over 1,000 yards, just barely. Five yards over, but he does get over 1,000 with 9 touchdowns. Elias Parr had 900 yards and 9 touchdowns as well. Gronk had 7 touchdowns. Good season from everybody, considering the amount of passing yards that we had with Foster. Miguel Lopez leads the team in tackles, 113. Ray had 112. 107 from Sam Shields. Tackle for loss leader was the old man, Roosevelt Sears. Marco Creighton had 13. Sack leader was Tyrone Bowman with 16. That's kind of cool. 7.5 for Sears, 7 for Everson Griffin. Nice season from him, especially with that him getting superstar dev. I'm very excited about Everson Griffin. And then interceptions, Cam Chancellor had 3. We saw one of those. 2 for Nick Richard, 1 for a couple other guys. And then Mitchell Childress kicked a 56-yard field goal, 11 for 15. All right. We had the 20th best offense in the league, and we had the first best defense. How do we go 9-8 with the first best defense in the league? Somebody make that make some sense. Let's get to the Super Bowl so we can take care of potential dev trade increases and then get to the offseason. We already did all the re-signs, so we just have to accept the option on that one guy. All right, so it's a Charger Falcons Super Bowl. Very interesting. Charger Falcons Super Bowl. Who's going to get the win? It's going to be a Falcons win over the Chargers. Brandon Brown is the MVP. Jesus wins the MVP also for the Falcons. Glenn Wilson and Jeremy Bryan are the players of the year for the Rams and Bengals. And then Tim Carter and Peyton Bowen are the rookies of the year. All right. That is how Season 3 comes to an end. We get some upgrade points. But let's take a look at the roster and see if there's any dev trade increases. Other than the ones we know about. All right, so it seems like everybody here is the same. Foster was already superstar. Woodward and Brown obviously were X factors. Everybody here was a star. And then on defense, we know about the Everson Griffin one. Dwight Freeney is now up here because Sears has retired. Oh. I mean, I was joking about him being an old man. It actually was true. He has now retired from the league. We already lost Matthews last year. Now we lose Roosevelt Sears. It's kind of sad. We're losing all the guys from year 1. BJ McIntyre, we just paid him, man. Nick Richard, who we were going to let go anyway. And then Roosevelt Sears. Only after 9 years, Roosevelt? 9 years? What are you, Andrew Luck? Unbelievable. All right. So we lose a couple of big names. I mean, BJ McIntyre was an X Factor, but he was a lower 80 overall. He wasn't like that impactful. And then Roosevelt Sears was a starter, so that does hurt a little bit. All right, well, we'll have to... We got that money back, though. That's good. So now we got a lot of money to work with. We'll have to figure out how to make that move. All right, we'll accept the option on Pat Beasley, and then that's probably going to be everything. I don't think we need Hernandez back, so let's just keep moving. Get into free agency, and hopefully there's some good players here. We got $82 million. We can really make something happen. And there is an X-Factor edge rusher, Clayton Barkley, who's 33 years old. We would probably just be putting ourselves in the same situation with Roosevelt Sears, so I don't really want to do that. But there's a 30-year-old tackle in Jonathan May. I have been looking for a tackle. We were thinking about drafting Joe Alt. Interesting. We might go for that. There's Callum Townsend. We could bring him back for a season. He wants to come back. Ooh, Ben Goodwell is a 90-year overall, 26-year-old corner. I think we spend some money here. I think we go after Jonathan May. Not too crazy, because we're only paying we're only competing against one other guy. A 2-year contract for maybe 16.5 and 16.5. Where does that place us? It places us ahead of the Seahawks, but it doesn't place us too high. And then I think we go after Ben Goodwell. And we could pay a lot for Ben Goodwell. I would not be opposed to doing this. He's a 90 overall star corner who's only 26 years old. He would instantly be our highest overall corner. I think this is a no-brainer type of move. I'm probably going to have to... You know what? I'm going to withdraw the offer and pay him a little bit extra. We're going to have to seriously overpay for him if we want to bring him in. So we'll pay him, I'm thinking, maybe $15 million salary and probably like $17 million bonus. I know that sounds a little crazy, but maybe an $18 million bonus. Let's see if that does anything. It still puts us tied with the Seahawks. Hopefully these guys choose us. And then the only other guy I would consider is Callum Townsend, but I don't think that's really a smart move. It's a loaded free agency class. There's a lot of players in this class. Huh. Carlos Lopez. Maybe I pull out the offer on Jonathan May and we go after Carlos Lopez, who is younger, almost the same overall, does have a little bit of a less dev trait, but he's going to be cheaper. That could, and he's got no offers, I don't think. So those might be my two targets this year. Carlos Lopez and Ben Goodwell, positions that we kind of need, and we got both of them. That's a huge free agency. A left tackle that we were looking for, and a corner that we were also looking for. Lopez at 86 overall. That's huge. The offensive line just took a massive jump. And then on defense, we have our new number one corner. Wow. Big additions in free agency. I like that a lot. And we're just going to save the rest of our money. And we'll get to the draft. I like that a whole heck of a lot. But now we got to figure out what we're going to do in the actual draft. Because we're going to have a middle of the road pick, like 14, 15, 16, something like that. We're not going to be very good in the draft. We're going to figure out who we can get for our best value. We don't need a quarterback, at least not. I'm not going to take a quarterback in the first round. I would certainly think about a receiver. I don't think we're going to be in the market for Marvin Harrison or Malik Neighbors, but I would certainly think about a Ladd McConkey. Definitely. Brian Thomas Jr. has fallen dramatically, so I would certainly think about him. You know what? Let me scout him just to figure out why he's fallen. He's fallen 27 spots. I kind of want to know why he's fallen so far. Tight end, we're good. Left tackle, I did scout Fashanu, but we just signed the left tackle. I could go for a guard, though. Jackson Powers Johnson. It's not a great guard class, is it? Ooh, there's Dominic Pooney. I wonder if they got him as good as they have him in the actual save. Amarius Mims, Byron Murphy. We have Dwight Freeney, so we don't necessarily need an edge rusher. Is there any good value down the board for D tackles? Not really. Dallas Turner wouldn't be a bad option, but I think I might use it on Edgerrin Cooper. All right. Now we need to go to the 5th mock draft and figure out where our pick is actually at, because I have no idea. So let's go find out. Mock draft number 5. Caleb Williams going number 1 overall to the Raiders. The Raiders. Then you got the Bears taking Marvin Harrison. Joe Alt to the Steelers. You got Jane Daniels to the Bucks. You got Malik Neighbors to the Colts. Drake May to the Panthers. Look at that. The homeboy coming back. That hurts my soul, actually, to see that happen. Roma Dunze. There's extended Penix. You've got Xavier Worthy, Quinyon Mitchell, Terrion Arnold. Where are we picking out? Oh, we're picking right here at 16. They have us taking Nate Wiggins. I don't know if I want to do that, especially now that maybe I would have wanted to do that if I didn't just sign a corner. I don't really know where I want to go with this. I'm not quite sure. Where did I see Brock Bowers anywhere? Where's Brock Bowers at? Is Brock Bowers not a first round pick? Are you kidding me? Brock Bowers is not mocked as a first round pick. That's kind of insane. If we get him in the second round, that'd be legit. I don't really know where I want to go now. Now that we signed a corner, I mean, corner was probably my biggest need other than the left tackle. But we fixed both of those needs in free agency. And I'm always looking for a third wide receiver, or a fourth wide receiver, I should say. But I don't think a first round pick on a fourth wide receiver is a smart idea. I don't really know where I want to go with this. I want to see what Dwight Freeney can do. We could take a linebacker. Dallas Turner was projected below us, so we could take Dallas Turner, I guess. I don't know. Let's get into the draft and see where it plays out. Let's get into the draft, see where it plays, figure out what we're doing. Caleb Williams went number 1 in real life, and he goes number 1 in this as well, to the Raiders this time. Bears just missed out on him. They take Maserati Marv. Then the Steelers take Joe Alt. I can't believe that they have Brock Bowers not going first round. That's kind of insane. We have 3 first round picks. Oh my God, I forgot we had 3 first round picks. Did I know that? How did we get 3 first round picks? Hold on. We have 3 first round picks? How did I get 3 first round picks? What was I doing last episode? Yeah, we have 3 first round picks. We have another 2 picks next year. How did I get 3 first round picks? Who did I trade? I don't remember at all. All right, well maybe now that I know we have 3 first round picks, I might need to maneuver a little bit here. It gives us a little bit more flexibility. A little bit more flexibility. And I may pivot with the Raiders here and get a 2020 or 2044 first round pick. We send that to the Raiders. I mean, they were the number 1 overall pick last year. They're gonna be pretty bad, I would think. They take Jerzon Newton, and now we are up at 18. I don't remember knowing that I had that pick. And you know what? He's right here. Brock Bowers is my pick at 18. I mean, the fact that he wasn't ranked in the mock draft in the first round is kind of insane. So now we have Rob Gronkowski and Brock Bowers. Edgerrin Cooper does go, but I don't see. Yeah, Dallas Turner's still here. I think this is going to be my pick. Dallas Turner, my next pick. He's number 60 in true value, but he's still going to be pretty good. Now we go to the second round. We only have 1 pick in this round. JJ McCarthy's still here. Sucks to suck, big dog. Is Brian Thomas Jr. still here? Brian Thomas Jr. is not still here. Okay, but that makes more sense. Some of these guys make more sense as a 4th receiver. Where do I want to go now? Maybe Cooper Beebe or Zach Frazier? We could always use another offensive lineman. Sandmer still is still available. Max Melton or Sandmer still are probably somebody that we should get. Give me Max Melton in the second round. Give me Max Melton in the second round. He's got hidden dev, 93 speed. We'll go to the third round looking for offensive lineman, I think. Oh, this is the Raider pick that we traded for. It's already paying off. Joe Milton's still available. Troy Franklin's probably my best bet at wide receiver here. Hey, look at that. MLB The Show's ready to play. I guess that shows you when I'm recording this. What do I want? What do I want? I might want Dominic Pooney, but he might make it. Give me Cooper Beebe. Give me the Coop. He's number 77 in true value. He's got a hidden dev. All right, we took Mini Coop. Zach Zinter goes. I don't see Pooney, so that makes me think he's still available. And he is. I see him down here. So Dominic Pooney's going to be my next pick. He's number 98 in true value, also with a hidden dev. Okay, we're hitting on some stars here. And then we go to our next third round pick, which is 86. And I'm thinking maybe this is where we take our wide receiver. We could take J-Mac, Luke McCaffrey. It seems like Franklin's gone, unfortunately. Ooh, Jordan Whittington's down here. I forgot he's in this draft class. Okay, we don't need to grab anybody up here. I think I'm cool with... I mean, it's a 4th receiver at the end of the day. We don't want to get too crazy. Where do I want to go next? We could take another defensive tackle. That wouldn't be the worst option. Mekhi Wingo certainly fits that bill. But then you got a guy like Braylon Trice. Maybe Braylon Trice is somebody we should grab. Tarheeb still is available. That makes me think I want to take him. Although Malik Mustafa is available as well. There's a couple of decent players in here. I'm kind of leaning towards Braylon Trice. I don't know why. He's a decent athlete. Let me get a little bit of Braylon Trice action up in here. Number 165 in true value. Does have a dev. Now we're into the 4th round. We have 2 4th round picks. I loaded up on picks. I didn't even realize. I should have paid more attention. Mustafa's still available. I'm going to take Tarheeb still. Get another corner on the roster. He's number 144. Normal dev, but I think he could turn into something. And then we have another 4th round pick. This is probably going to be my final pick that I make. I'll probably let the CPU handle the rest of it. And Wingo is still available. So Makai Wingo, welcome aboard. You are a Golden Eagle. Pack your bags for Mexico. That's probably going to be all the picks that I make. I feel like we came away with a pretty good draft after that. Considering that I didn't even know we had 3 first-round picks going into it. I didn't even clock that in the mock draft. You guys might have been screaming at your screens, Juice, you got 3 first-round picks. Why aren't you talking about that? I didn't even clock it. Our best players are Brock Bowers, obviously, Dallas Turner, Max Melton, Cooper Beebe, Pooney, Wingo, and then they took Jacob Cowing, who ends up probably going to be our 4th receiver. Still and Trice are both high 60s. I still think we came away with a good draft there. Could it have been better? Maybe. But all of our picks were middle to late first round, so how much better could it have been? Marvin Harrison's the best player in the class at 81, and then it kind of drops off from there. But we got Brock Bowers, who's a top player, so I think we did pretty well considering where we were picking. Yeah, maybe we could have packaged a couple of those picks to trade up for somebody, but we're a pretty good team. We didn't need to get anybody like top tier, so I think we're going to do just fine in year number 4. I mean, we have to. If we don't do just fine in year number 4, I'm going to be a little bit scared. But this team's looking pretty good. This team's looking pretty good. And now Brock Bowers will get in there eventually. But now we have the flexibility of one of these tight ends. We don't need 4 tight ends on the roster, especially not 4 that are going to be superstar or X Factor. So we have some flexibility there. On defense, Dallas Turner's probably going to have to sit for a little bit. I want to test out Freeney and see if he's going to have the what it's going to take to be a starter. Our cornerback room vastly increased, especially with Goodwell and now Max Melton. So I can't see a world where this team is not in the playoffs next year in year number 4. Hopefully I'm not wrong. That's going to do it for the episode. If you enjoyed, leave it a like. Subscribe to the channel for more. Join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.